This video is for you who keeps mixing este, ese, and aquel, and honestly has no idea which one to use or when. So don't worry, at the end of this video you're gonna have a very clear system in your head, and you're actually going to use it, not just memorize it and forget it tomorrow. If it's your first time here, I'm Carlos and I'm a Spanish professor. And I make these videos because I know how confusing Spanish could be for English speakers. So if you like the video, please subscribe, it means the world to me, and it costs you nothing. So let's go. Today we're gonna talk about something called demonstratives, or in Spanish, demonstrativos. These are basically your pointing words, like this thing or that thing way over there. Simple concept, right? Well, kinda. In English you guys only have two, this and that, done, easy. But in Spanish it's a little bit more complex, and we have three. And on top of that, each one changes depending on the object that you're pointing at. So yeah, we need to talk about this. So let's start with the basics. The three distances. The whole system in Spanish is built around one question. How far is the thing that you're talking about? And Spanish splits that into three different levels: close, middle, and far. Or if you want to think about this in a more practical way, you can say here, there, or way the hell over there. So the first one, close, is for things that are in your hands or next to you. Think of it as arm's distance, so you can grab it, take it, or touch it without walking or going anywhere. The second one is middle distance, and it's for things that they are nearby but not literally next to you. Same room, maybe, but you would have to walk a little just to get it. And third one, it's far, and obviously it's for things that are far away, like for example in the other side of the house or in another city, or just far enough that you're not going to get up just to get it. Pretty simple so far, right? So to sum it up, so far we have three levels of distance: close, middle, and far. And keep that in mind because we're going to be using this concept during the whole video. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, and honestly, this is the part that most beginners skip, and then they're just wondering why nobody understands what they're trying to say. So in Spanish, every demonstrative has to match the noun. And when I say match, I mean gender and number, both at the same time. Always. I know, in English you don't have to do this. You just say this and that's it. You're done. It doesn't matter if you're speaking about a house, a car, or 3 dogs. It's just this or that and that's it. Life is simple. But in Spanish, every single noun has a gender, masculine and feminine. And every noun is either singular or plural. And your demonstrative has to agree with all that. If it doesn't match, people is not going to be able to understand what you're trying to say. Or if they cannot get what you're trying to say, you're going to sound weird as hell. So let's try to get it right. Okay, let me give you the full picture. So I'm gonna go distance by distance and show you how exactly each one changes. Distance 1, close. For singular, we have este and esta. Este for masculine, esta for feminine. And we also have a neutral form called esto, but we're not going to speak about that one today, okay? And for the plural version, we have estos and estas. Estos, one more time, for masculine, and estas for feminine. And as we said already, these are for things that are close to you, like arm's distance. So if I say este, I mean something masculine and singular. Just one thing, it's also masculine, and it's here. For example, if I say este libro, this book. Libro is masculine, it's only one book, so it's singular, it's right here, so we say este libro. Simple. Now, esta for feminine, singular, only one thing, feminine, that's it. Like for example, esta mesa, this table. Mesa, feminine, right here, singular, so esta mesa. Pretty simple. Now, let's add the plural version. Estos. Masculine, more than one thing, that means it's plural, and it's still right here. So I can say estos libros, or these books. Masculine, plural, right here, so estos libros. That's it. And feminine, we have estas. So it will be feminine, more than one thing, but still right here. For example, estas mesas. So mesas, it's a feminine word, but it's plural, so estas has to be also feminine and plural. That's it, they just need to match. See how it works? The distance stays the same. So everything is close, but the demonstrative is changing depending of the noun that we're using, depending if it's masculine or feminine, or also if it's singular or plural. That's the golden rule. You match the noun and gender and number every single time, no exceptions. Now let's go with middle distance. So we have ese, esa, eso, esos, and esas. So ese and esa for singular objects, and esos and esas for plural objects. And one more time, we have a neutral form that it will be eso, but we're not using that one today. We're not going to speak about that one today. But let me know if you want me to make another video about these neutral forms, okay? Now, one more time, we have exactly the same logic, but just different distance. So these are for things that are there, literally farther than arm's distance. Not in your hand, but it's not crazy far either. So we have ese for masculine, singular, for example, ese carro. If you see, carro is a masculine word, and it's also singular because we're saying or we're using only one car. So we say ese carro, that's it. Then for feminine, we have exactly the same. So we have esa casa or that house. Since casa is feminine, so we just need to use esa that is also feminine and also singular because we're speaking about only one house. If you don't remember how to use gender in Spanish, check this video. So for plural, we have exactly the same. We have esos that it will be for masculine and we have esas that it will be for feminine. For example, if I say esos carros, that means those cars. Or if I say esas casas, that means those houses. You see the pattern? Once you get the first distance, then the other two, they will work exactly in the same way. So este, ese, and aquel. The structure works exactly in the same way. The only thing that is actually changing is the distance of the object that we're referring to. Now let's go with distant tree, far. So we're gonna use aquel, aquella, aquellos, and aquellas. And we also have a neutral form that it will be aquello, but as you guys may imagine already, we're not speaking about that one today. But let me just know if you want me to make another video about this neutral form. Never mind. Aquel, it sounds like if you're pointing at something that is really far, like in another dimension. So aquel, it will be the masculine and singular form. So I can use a masculine word, for example, edificio, that means building. So I can say aquel edificio or that building. And for aquella, that is a feminine form, it is exactly the same thing. We just need a feminine word, right? For example, if I say aquella casa or that house. And it's exactly the same for plural, so I can say aquellos edificios or those buildings, or if I use a feminine word, I can say aquellas montañas or those mountains. The truth is that in everyday conversation in Colombia, and I can bet like in a lot of places in Latin America, you're not gonna hear aquel very often. It's more common to say ese, and also it's shorter, so it's easier. So sometimes people use just ese for things that are also very far. They're pretty much interchangeable, so you can use the one that you feel more comfortable with. But the thing is, they exist, and most of the people, they just use them randomly, so it's better to be prepared. Now let's just do a few practice examples, because I just want to be sure that this thing is crystal clear, and not just something that is actually kind of clear while you watch the video. I'm gonna give you a noun, tell you a distance, and then you have to figure out the demonstrative that we should use. And obviously you can pause the video if you actually want to try it yourself. First one is perro. The distance will be close, so what do you say? In Spanish we would say este perro. Perro is masculine and singular, then este has to be also masculine and singular. That's it, they just need to match. So you cannot say esta perro or ese perro or aquel perro because we're speaking about something that is close. So the right way to say this thing, it will be just este perro. That's it. Second one, we're gonna say casas, for example, and we're gonna use middle distance. What do you say? So for casas, which is plural, and middle distance, I would say esas casas. Not aquellas casas because that one is for far. Not estas casas because that one is for close distance. And keep in mind that you also need to pay attention to the gender, so you cannot say esos casas, right? Everything has to match. So the right way to say this one will be esas casas. That's it. Now let's use the word teléfonos and let's use far distance. So what do you say? In this case, we're using teléfonos, which is plural, and as you may know already, teléfono is a masculine word, so we just need to use masculine and plural, but also far. So I would say aquellos teléfonos. That's it. So let me give you a quick summary before we go. So for close distance, we have este, esta, esto, which is the neutral one that we didn't speak about it today. We have estos and estas. Middle distance would be ese, esa, eso, esos, and esas. And far distance will be aquel, aquella, aquello, aquellos, and aquellas. And keep in mind the golden rule. Everything has to match all the time in gender and number. So if the word is masculine and singular, then the demonstrative has to be masculine and singular. If the word is masculine and plural, then the demonstrative has to be masculine and plural. If the word is feminine and plural, then the demonstrative has to be feminine and plural. Every single time this thing has to match, with no exceptions. And at the end of all of this, my advice will be, don't try to memorize everything at once. Start with the close distance, start with este and esta and estos and estas until you can use them automatically without thinking too much. Then add middle distance and then far distance. Learn this in layers. That's how actually this gets stuck in your head. So I think this is all for today. Please subscribe, this will help me a lot. Or let me know what other topics you guys are struggling with so I can make a video to explain it here, okay? Subscribe if you haven't done it already, and I see you next time.